band coming round the bend is BoogeyMan band. Is BoogeyMan band.
Greetings, fellow fright fiends. Thanks so much for stopping by the Horror Zone channel. I hope everyone's doing well. Today's video is a very special video. The reason why I'm shooting it here in the Horror Zone because 10 years ago I did a 30th anniversary tribute to this film. And this film has had a special place in my heart for now 40 years, which is incredible and insane to even say. This movie came out on July 2nd of 1986 when I was 12 years old. And it was the summer event movie for me because I had, over the 2 years prior, become a huge fan of the franchise and the actor who actually directed this third chapter. Of course, I'm talking about Anthony Perkins, and the film is Psycho 3. And my obsession with the Psycho franchise started in the summer of 1984 when I would see Psycho 2 for the first time. 3 years ago, I did a tribute to the 40th anniversary of that film, and I did that over 3 videos where I talked about numerous elements that made that film so great. Not only the writing and the direction, but also the acting, the music. I was so happy to do those videos, and it was at a really busy point in my life. But since I did like a 42-minute video on this film 10 years ago, where I actually talked about not only collectibles that I have and just went through sort of the entire plot of the film, I thought I would make this one just a little bit more personal. That summer, I remember it very vividly. My cousin Donna was actually, she got married that summer, and I was part of the wedding party. I was actually the candle lighter. I was partnered with her sister's girlfriend. Our job was to light the candles from the all the way down up until the altar for the wedding. The wedding took place down in Southern California, so my mom, my grandmother, and we all drove down there in my grandparents' 1977 orange Camaro, which was awesome, and met a lot of people down. We all stayed at the same hotel, and it was my grandmother's side of the family, so the Schindlers. And it was a great weekend. If memory serves, it was the last full weekend of June that time. And not only was I part of the wedding party, but I also got to go to Disneyland that summer with my mom, my grandmother, and my aunt and uncle, and my aunt's daughter. We all went to Disneyland after the wedding, like the day after the wedding, because my uncle lived down there in Southern California at the time. And one of the things that I really wanted to do that summer was go to Universal Studios and see the Psycho House and the back lot with Bates Motel and everything. I was just so excited that I was going to get the chance to do that. My mom promised me she was going to take me. And I remember the hotel had postcards from Universal Studios and Disneyland, and I remember getting one that had the Psycho House on it with the windmill next to it as one of the older postcards that was around of the infamous location. And the day that we went to Disneyland, we had to drive back to our hotel that night. And I remember my mom really had a kind of a breakdown moment in terms of dealing with Los Angeles traffic. It really freaked her out. The plan was for us to go to Universal Studios the next day, but because my mom got so overwhelmed by and stressed out by the traffic and everything, she said we couldn't go. So I didn't get to go see the set that summer, and to say that that crushed a 12-year-old's dream would be an understatement. The consolation prize for not going was that we met up with my cousin Julie, and we went to this mall, and I remember going to this toy store and getting a Commando figure from the 1985 Arnold Schwarzenegger film. And it was a film I hadn't seen yet. I would see it later that summer, but I remember getting that figure, and I wish I still had it. I don't know what happened to it, but it was a cool-ass figure. He came with a machine gun and the vest and the knife and everything. But yeah, I was crushed because leading up to that time, I had really, like I said, Psycho 2 had come out. I watched it on cable television in 1984, and I just became enamored with not only the story of Norman Bates, but also the man behind it, the actor, the amazing late great Tony Perkins. the empathy that I felt for that character, not having seen Psycho in its entirety at that point, I just felt bad for this man. And I think that's what I developed kind of a man crush on Anthony Perkins, if I could be honest. I really loved this guy, and I was just enthralled by his acting style, the way that he could sort of shift from being empathetic to terrifying. I just thought he had an amazing range. And I would see the original Psycho in its entirety, or it was edited a little bit for television during this Alfred Hitchcock marathon week on TV 44, where they showed like North by Northwest, Rear Window, The Birds. And I just remember watching Psycho and seeing, how Norman Bates got to the point where he was when Psycho 2 started. That was also the same summer I purchased the Cinema Fantastique magazine that showcased Anthony Perkins on the set, that he was directing this film. Finding that out was really exciting. I had known that Psycho 3 was shooting the previous summer because there was something in the newspaper about it. I remember being at my dad's and seeing that in the newspaper. So I knew that there was going to be a third film. And my mom took me to see it when we got back from our trip to LA for the wedding. I remember her taking me to see it 4th of July weekend. It was a pretty sparse theater, if I remember correctly, maybe a handful of people and us. And this film is very different from Psycho 2. It has much more of a dark comedy edge to it, and also it does go a little bit more over the top with regards to the sex and the violence than Psycho 2 did. This film left an indelible mark on me, and it was something that I would constantly revisit, be it on cable television or owning it on VHS. It's been in my life for 4 decades, and it's like an old friend. The more I watch it, the more I appreciate it. I think Anthony Perkins' direction is absolutely amazing. His use of camera angles and color schemes, I know that a big influence on him was Blood Simple by the Coen brothers. In fact, he took the entire cast to see that film, if I'm not mistaken, prior to them filming this. The use of Carter Burwell's as the composer for this is another element that I think is just so incredible, and he's one of my favorite composers. And just the types of music that are used in this, very different from the first 2 Psycho films, where you had sort of the all strings with Bernard Herrmann in the first film, and then the melancholy, suspenseful music of the late great Jerry Goldsmith. Burwell brings another element to this film. The cast is incredible. I love Diana Scarwood as Maureen. I think the tragedy of both her and Norman and them coming together sort of as a healing for both of their dark pasts is both beautiful and tragic. I love Jeff Fahey as Dwayne Duke. Has some of the best lines in it. He's so good and so sleazy. And you also have the amazing Roberta Maxwell. You have returning characters or actors like Hugh Gillum, Robert Allen Brown, and Lee Garlington. All of them do exceptional work in this film. And like I said, it's a film that I love, and it breaks my heart too, because just like the ending of Psycho 2, where Norman succumbs to his dark side again, this one takes it even steps further than where he was even in the original Psycho. He is really, really twisted in this one, and there's some really over-the-top moments with humor, over-the-top moments with gore and sex, and it is a very different beast than the first 2 films, or Psycho 4, which would come 4 years later. But this film just means so much to me. I can't believe it's 40 years old. I still remember the day I found out Anthony Perkins passed away from AIDS at the age of 60. I was 18. My mom woke me up on a Sunday morning. It was the 13th of September, and told me that he had died because it was in the newspaper. And my life was forever changed because, like some of the prolific actors that I would love throughout my youth, like John Candy, ones that passed away way too young, he was just somebody that really just, I understood. There was this haunted nature to every performance that he did throughout his career. And I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that he was never able to be who he really was. And that breaks my heart. I know he had a beautiful marriage with Barry Berenson. He has 2 amazing sons, Elvis Perkins and Osgood Perkins, both of them true talents in their own right. But, there was a tragedy to Anthony Perkins, as well as his duality of Norman Bates, which he was typecast as after playing the character for the first time in 1960. And I think that's what I related to. I related to him being kind of this tragic figure. And as a kid, I never felt like I felt normal. I never felt like other boys. I never felt like I was the cool kid or the funny kid. I always felt like I was always just trying to fit in. I never had a side to me that wanted to hurt anybody, and I think that's why my mom was kind of freaked out about me liking these films so much at a young age. But there was something about Anthony Perkins that I was drawn to. It was an attraction. It was kind of like I felt like he was almost a kindred spirit as an actor, and sort of showing, you know, these I don't know, just sort of giving the audience a window into his soul through a lot of his performances. And I think that's why he always meant so much to me, and still does. He's still my favorite actor of all time. He always will be. And I'm so glad that over time that this film has gotten a bigger following, because it was not a hit like Psycho 2 was. And I think it's unfortunate, because I think it really was pushing the envelope of doing something different with an established franchise. And I think he should have been given more recognition for that. But yeah, I love this film. I wanted to do something special, something personal, talking about this amazing film that is celebrating 40 years. I also wanted to showcase something real quick, and I did show this in my video 10 years ago when I did a 30th anniversary video for this film. But it is my original cassette tape that I got for Christmas, 1986. This was the one of two cassettes that I got that year. I got Stand By Me, and I got this one, and my first Walkman, and I played this thing constantly. Rode my bike around my grandparents' court listening to Maureen in the Desert and Dirty Street and all of the amazing tracks that are on this. Yeah, that's something that I love going back to. And I hope everyone enjoyed this little tribute and celebration of the amazing movie Psycho 3. Much love to the late, great Anthony Perkins and everybody that was involved in this. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. Let me know what you think of the film down in the comment section below. We'd love to hear from everyone. And as always, thanks so much for stopping by the Horror Zone channel. I hope everyone's doing well. I'll talk to you again real soon. Take it easy. Stay scared as always. Peace.